Now, before I start anything I got to say, no matter what you hear me say, no matter what piece of information I lay out in front of you, please tag that with "cause of God." My life is covered with grace and favor. You know, Bishop Jakes told me one time, when you got favor on your life, no matter what you thrown into, you're going to always rise to the top. All of this that I have is really because of the grace of God. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You got to have a tremendous work ethic. In other words, you got to have a lot of dog in you. You really do, man, if you want to be successful, because it's going to be a lot of trying times. So you have to have a tremendous work ethic.
Hard work works. Working really hard is what successful people do.
Faith without works is dead. You go to church and you learn all these scriptures, but then you don't apply none of them to your life. I maxed out 3-4 scriptures to get here. I kid you not. I'd love to tell you I'm the funniest person ever lived, but I ain't. I'd love to tell you I'm the greatest entertainer, but I ain't. But listen, man, everything you have, everything we have in this world, somebody imagined it. Your real life, the one God really got for you, is in your imagination. It is not in your current situation. And if you've been living like that, you have then restricted yourself to a commonality that is really not yours. Let me tie that to a scripture. You've all heard this, right? Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. All that means is, in the beginning, you just hope something pop off. I was hoping I would get on TV. I wrote it on a piece of paper when I was 10, I want to be on TV. The problem I had when I wrote it at 10 was I suffered from a severe stuttering problem. But when I wrote it on the paper, it wasn't factual. It was just hoping. Faith is the substance of things that you hope for. You just hope something jump. And then you're supposed to start believing then, because now it turns into faith. What is the evidence of things not seen? Your imagination really is. It's the evidence of things not seen, because you're the only one can see it. The moment you don't believe in your imagination, you negate what he got for you. Your problem is you keep telling your imagination to the wrong people. How many times, man, have you had a tremendous idea and you went and told it to your loved ones and your so-called friends? And you thought since they was your loved ones and their friends, you believed them. You was wrong. Some of y'all still sitting here with the ambition of opening a business one day, but you scared to go start the business because you got a job and you got bills. Everybody got bills. Hell, I got bills. You're going to let the fact that you got some bills stop you from opening the business, the thing that God done put in your imagination? Everybody got bills. Your real life is in your imagination. I'm just a real dude. I don't even have the education you all have. I flunked out of school. I don't use 4-syllable words. The only 4-syllable word I know is my bank account. What I'm sharing with you is stuff that everybody can apply today. I'm 60 years old, but I still rely on my imagination. See, if you think you're too old to make it, let me give you a prime example. Colonel Sanders has been frying chicken his whole life. Colonel Sanders didn't get a franchise till he was in his 60s. So if you're sitting there thinking because you got a little gray on you, as long as God waking you up in the morning, that's the sign that he ain't through with you. Man, you know what I'm asking God for right now? If you could see my vision board, you would be blown away. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting something. God got a big life for you. These principles of success, they've taken all of these scriptures and they putting them in books. They just reworded it because people don't know how to read the Bible. The smallest scripture I ever read changed my life. You have not because you ask not. I'm just giving you real talk now. I'm just trying to tell you how I got here. See, you have not because you ask not. When the last time you really asked him for something? Or do you keep making requests that's inside the confines of your paycheck? I do not live my life in the confines of what anybody says to me. So now, if you have not because you ask not, do you understand if you up your ask, he has to up his give? This is simple stuff that anybody can apply. You ain't even gotta have no degree to do this. You can start this today and change your whole game, because you're gonna need grace and favor anyway. But you gotta ask for something. This ain't a magic trick, man. I have asked God for some tremendous stuff. Everything he hasn't given to me is on the way. I have no doubt about it. Can I tell you what really prompted this thinking in me? When I was homeless, I lived in a car for 3 years. 3 years I lived in my car. So I used to fish all the time to eat. So I used to stop at lakes and ponds and just fish. Hey, get away from here. Stop fishing here. I just get run off. There's some days I wouldn't eat. So I said one day, I said, man, you know what? One day, man, I'm going to get myself some land. So fast forward, God bless me. I get on TV when I'm 38. They gave me my money. I saved $250,000. And I'm about to buy some land. But before I went to buy the land, I was curious. I said, man, I wonder how much land is on earth? So I looked it up. 36 billion acres of land. And I said, well, how many people on earth? And there's about 6 billion people on earth. I said, okay, if it's 36 billion acres of land, everybody ought to have 6 acres of land. Just thinking. So I asked God, could I have 6 acres? I didn't care if I put a house on it or nothing. I just wanted to be a stand somewhere and couldn't nobody run me off. I'm so sick of just getting run off, man, every time I stop somewhere. I'm going and I'm looking for some land. The first day I get there, I see a piece of land in Texas, so beautiful, had a pond on it where I could fish. I said, sir, how much is this right here? It's about $600,000. I ain't got that kind of money. He said, well, how much do you have? I said, I got $250,000. He said, let me think about it. And then I stopped. I said, sir, how many acres of land is that? He said, this is 6 acres. 6 years ago, I just asked God. See, I didn't want a whole lot of acres. I just wanted my cut. So I thought about it. I said, man, what can we work out? Took me over to this hillbilly house named Jerry Campbell. I was a little nervous about meeting him, man, because I didn't like the way he talked, but mess around, turned out to be one of the finest men I ever met in my life. He took me over and showed me this land, and it was massive. I said, man, how much is this? He said, this 16 acres. I said, well, I hadn't worked it out yet because all I got is $250,000. He said, well, listen, I'm in a little bit of a tide right now. Said, if you can bring me $250,000 cash by tomorrow, I'll give you this 16 acres. See, that's grace and favor right there. Now, let me tell you something. I'm so busy now, I don't even get to go to that ranch. And I thought I was going to be fishing and save it for my kids' rest of life. But God had another plan for me. I bring 1,000 black boys out there with 1,000 single mothers. And that was the purpose of that ranch. I never go there to fish at all. But God got another plan. His way is way bigger than yours. You can't even see his way. Look, if you start hustling and grinding, he'll fill it up for you. So guess what? I don't ever go there to use that land for fishing or not. But I'm changing boys' lives over there. You know how many houses I got now? The point I'm making to y'all is, you have not because you ask not. See, my story is really a story about faith.
You know, faith into action equals manifestation.
I come out the dirt. I have no college degree. But when I speak at colleges and stuff, I tell people, number one thing in your world is not your education. It's your dream. So what you dreaming about, y'all? Why would you not go and see what God really got for you before you leave this world? If I was you, before I leave this world, I'd go see what God really got for me.